Hi, it's Rachel from my Reimaginarium, and welcome to my video on how I upcycled this really sad nightstand, or here in Australia we call bedside table. I found this one night on the way home from work in the dark. I saw on the side of the road someone had cleaned out their apartment ready to move along, and there was a whole heap of furniture on the side of the road that was just jumbled together. So I stopped, hopeful to find something, and all I could find out of the pile of furniture was this one nightstand that at least wasn't too far gone. When I say too far gone, she was really in a bad state. It had dents and bruises and scrapes and scratches and cracks all over it. The poor thing looked like someone had taken to it with a hammer. The top of it was stained and bits and pieces stuck to it. I really didn't know what was stuck to it, but I knew I had to get it off, and I had to salvage this piece and give it some much needed TLC. As I mentioned, there were cracks and dents and scratches and scrapes on every single surface. The drawers, surprisingly though, were in good shape, even though the one handle that was left wasn't attached all that well. It was a solid construction, and it had dovetailed joints on the drawers, so I knew it had at least been a quality piece of furniture when it started its life. My trusty site supervisor Daisy in the corner watched on as I gave it a thorough inspection and determined what it was that I was going to do with this piece. So, watch on and see what we do. First thing was to remove this horrible chunky base. These screws were the longest screws I think I had ever encountered when trying to disassemble a piece of furniture. They seemed to just go on and on and on forever. Base off, the inside rails to the drawers that I wasn't going to use needed to be removed, so off they came. And the next thing I needed to do was just do some minor repairs, rebonding any of the joints that had slowly come away over this poor thing's lifetime. I got some PVA glue back into those drawer support joints and used my clamps and had those set overnight. Then it was time to remove the yucky orange stain and give it a scuff sand ready for the next step. The next step was the fun part. I created a new base which I would attach legs to later on in the piece, and I screwed that to the base. Then it was time to make an insert panel for the new floor of the little cabinet or dresser. And once I'd done that, I attached that to the inside using my nail gun and went back over and filled in any little gaps to smooth things out. Then it was time to get on to the painting. First step was to give everything a really good prime. I used Artisan's VOC free quick prep primer in grey and waited for that to dry before I adhered my wallpaper. Bonding the wallpaper was pretty easy. I used a mixture of PVA glue and water, and once it was on, I gave it a really good 24 hours to bond and dry before I painted it. My paint of choice was Artisan's mineral paint in moleskin. Again, a beautiful mineral paint to work with. I love the eggshell finish this paint gives. Then it was on to the drawers. The drawers I treated with the hemp oil from Artisan. This is a really lovely way to revive the natural finish of timber. Next up was the legs. These were treated in a walnut stain and seal, which is a rub-on, buff-off finish. Really easy, but it was getting a bit hot, so it was time to come inside to do the rest of the work. Once inside, I did a clear coat of polyurethane varnish on the top just to give it that extra durability with a dash of colour for blending. And then it was time to finish. I added a drawer pull, which was also stained in the walnut, and I had a basket that just fitted perfectly in the space where the old drawers used to be. I actually really like it without the basket though. You can pop your books in there, children's board games, use it in the family room as a functional piece for a lamp or a pot plant. I guess that's the beauty of this piece. You can really use it just about anywhere you like. So once again, this is what we started with, and this is how we finished. I really enjoyed this one, and I hope you did too. Thanks for watching. Bye.